Welcome to Mimaki Northeast, and my name is David Saylor. Let's review how to barcode cut printed graphics using Mimaki equipment. Now what would happen here is, let's say you print something and then you want to laminate and then cut it. Here's how to set that up. There are directions to download and install this software called CuttingLink in the video description. Also, there is a setting in CGFXIIPLus which you have to add CuttingLink. Once complete, let's take a look at the process. Number 1, define your cut line in Adobe Illustrator or CorelDRAW, or your favorite graphics program. Step 2, set up your machine for print and cut. There is a video out here. It's print and cut, step 2, machine settings. You can follow those tool settings for every Mimaki printer cutter and most Mimaki cutters. It is all about how you set up cut 1, cut 2, cut 3, and so on. Step 3, in CGFXIIPLus, open the image file. So this is click-along training. You want to be running this not on your CGFXIIPLus computer, maybe on your phone or an iPad or something like that. So click-along training. So the first thing we want to do is get the image file into CGFXIIPLus. And you can either select File and Open, or just browse your computer and drag and drop your file. I hope you watched the Creating Favorites video. So this makes it easy. We can skip the quality tab. So I'm just going to select 6x6. And that's 600 by 600 with a GPVC profile. And now your graphic is in CGFXIIPLus. Here's a quick hint. If you have not a printer cutter device, if you have a printer only device, if you select environments and printer management, so see I have a JFX200 loaded on this CGFXIIPLus, you're going to select cutter device registration, and that's going to add a cutter device to your JFX200EX, and I'll show you in the next portion why that's important. So we have our quality selected. We're going to select the general print shortcut icon. And you don't have to do this in any particular order. But here's kind of the way I do it so I don't make a mistake. The first thing we're going to do is select the Cut Edit tab. And I'm going to define which tool I'm going to send my cut contour path to. So my first cut contour is a kiss. So I'm going to set that to User Definition Cut 1 and apply. That's where we set up the AR or the UCJV to kiss cut. The second cut contour line I set up to cut 2. So we're going to change it from panel to user definition, use the drop down, change to cut 2 and apply. You kind of want to hit apply a couple of times to make sure it takes in CGFXIIPLus. Again, cut contour perf 3. If I have a perf 3 setting in my device, my printer cutter or my cutter only, I can set that tool to cut 3. So that'll identify this path to cut 3 on my device. And then you can click and see that all the settings have been accepted and updated by CGFXIIPLus. Now we're going to select this Image Edit tab. And you know, I'm just going to arrange this in the center to make it easy, and then verify the number of copies I want. Let's back up and let's see what we got. So let's do 3 rows. And probably 1 or 2 back because we're going to want to use some space for our crop marks and space between prints. So this, if you do this now, after you add crop marks, it sets it to 0. You'll have to do it again. So we're going to select type 1 crop marks because that's what our cutting devices are set to. And then we're going to select whole because we don't want to read, you know, the crop marks for each individual image or graphic. So we select whole. And then if you have a larger graphic, you're going to want to add intermediate crop marks. Now, it says recommended crop mark size of 0.59 inches. I think probably 0.45 would be great for this size graphic. So I changed my crop mark to 0.45 inches, and you see the offset? That's the offset from your crop mark to your image. Okay? Now for ID cut, we're going to click this button ID cut, and if you can see, it puts a barcode in the lower right hand corner. Now if you have the barcode on the side here, you're just going to have to load it this way. But I want to make sure the barcode is on the lower right hand corner because that's the way I want to load my graphic. So let's do a gap in between, because with the perf cut, we don't want a perf cut on the exact same line twice. And a gap of 0.15 inches usually works pretty well for me. So let's add those 3 more graphics. 1, 2, 3. Now to avoid that dastardly C36 error, you want to ensure that this crop mark is not too close to the right side or the left side of your vinyl. So WYSIWYG, what you see is what you get. If this is what you want, we're going to select the Go button here. And this says the print and cut is grayed out at this point. See? It is grayed out. So we can only do rip and print. I leave it there and I'm going to select Start. So what that's going to do, it will send my print job to your printer, and it will send your cut job to this CuttingLink server. This always has to be running in the background. And if you select View and Update Current Status, it will give you all the jobs here. So CuttingLink, that is the link. It's the key. The CuttingLink is your link between your print job and your cut job. Now, the job is held in this CuttingLink server, which is absolutely networkable. So you could have another Mimaki cutter on a networked computer, and CuttingLink server will send this cut job to that other computer and ultimately the other cutter that's attached to that other computer. Now when it's done printing, we're going to go ahead and laminate it or take it out of the printer, and then we're going to load it in any Mimaki printer cutter. So what we want to do is load the material straight, and what I'm going to use is the cutter strip. And I'm just using that cutter strip to align the crop marks to the cutter strip. Then I'm going to lower the clamp lever carefully. Then in our keyboard, we're going to say Enter and no change for media width. So this is going to read just where the right side of the media is. Number of pinch rollers for use, 7. Then we're going to hit end end. What that's going to do is do our mark detect, because that's the way we have that default set. So it's just it's a shortcut, right? So where we're going to put that crop mark is, if you imagine our crop mark as a box, we're going to put it in the center of the box near where the 2 lines meet, and then select Enter. And watch the magic happen. So it's reading the crop mark. And it gets your job ID. Now CuttingLink is sending the job to the UCJV330. Now it's going to read all the crop marks. And begin cutting the job. If this video helped you out, if you like this video, click the like button and subscribe for more how-to videos. It's YouTube at PG Sign Video.